Hey all, Hal here with more Space Engineers, and as you can see, we are up in the air. Yay! Okay, well, not really so much, but 14 meters above the ground counts. So we were able to get the ship up and running. So we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of resource gathering, do a little bit of building, but first we have to get started. So let's go. Alright, so we've gone ahead and gathered up a bit of resource. Since we've got the ship now, we actually have gone ahead and scouted out most of the waypoints in the area, or the resource points in the area. Let me show you what we got here. So as you can see, we've got a bunch of resource. So the one thing that I was really worried about was the gold and silver supply, and as you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different nodes in the immediate area. So yeah, it was kind of, it was both a good news, bad news kind of situation. Because basically what had happened is that, as you know, we were trying to find the resources to make reactor components. So what we did is, in order to get this particular ship built, we had to, the small reactor I had on the base that we ended up building, I took that off and rebuilt a large reactor on the small ship. That gave us enough power to basically be able to get the ship off the ground with all of our thrusters. And once we got the ship going, we were able to find some spaces. I went out, manually mined up some stuff, and made this look a little bit more presentable. I'll show you what we've got going on here, because if you remember, basically what we were doing last time is we were trying to get a ship that would meet all of our needs, and this one isn't going to do that, obviously. We can't turn this into a miner because of the way it's built. We don't have any cargo, and what I want to do is I'm going to build a new ship. But we went ahead, we put a bunch of spotlights on it. We've got the azimuth antenna, we've got our large reactor here in the middle. And basically what I did is, when I built it, I did the landing gear, went 5 blocks up, put the cockpit on one side, put the reactor on the back of the cockpit, and then put the large atmospheric thruster on the back of the reactor. And then I built a small H-frame, basically just had a line of blocks go from the cockpit back on both sides. Built up around the access port to the reactor on both sides, and then left a little cutout here for mounting engines. Now that we have all of our thrusters in, let me see here, we can show you down here on the bottom, we actually went with 2x1, the upper portion of the 2x1 ramps here into the regular squares, basically to hold the reactor in place in case something catastrophic happened. But yeah, so it works really nicely. And what we did is we spent a couple of in-game days gathering resources. As you can see, we've got the refinery fully in. It is fully upgraded with yield modules. We went ahead and put 4 yield modules on it. We've got our assembler in there, which now has 2 speed modules on it, and we still only have the 1 cargo container. Now, this is unfortunate for a couple of reasons. One, as you can see, we're starting to get, we've got a little bit of room in there still. We're only about 10% capacity, but we're going to start building a larger vessel to do some mining. So I'm thinking, instead of building 1 large cargo container, we're going to add 3 more small cargo containers, and that should give us enough room to handle all of the capacity for the stuff that we're building and all of the things we're going to be mining. So we're going to do that really quick here. Let's go. We want small cargo, and we're going to get 1, 2. Oh, I'm missing. What am I missing? I don't know. We're missing some parts. So let's see what we're missing. And am I going to be able to get that one done? Oh, crap. Oh, when it rains, it pours, right? All right. So that's our second, third, and we are missing construction components and displays. Do we have what we need to make them? Let's see if we can make them really quick. We don't have anything queued up. We can make displays, so let's go ahead and make 10 of those. And we're gonna, what are we missing? We're missing silicon. That's, okay, so we have to go get some silicon. Okay, this will work. Let's grab, where did we put them? Where did they go? There we go. All right, so that should be more than enough to get this up online. Now, part of the reason why I wanted to get something in here, originally I had thought about putting in a window right there, and then you'd be able to see through because we have the med bay. And let me show you what we did on the interior. Go ahead and drop that off. Any extra parts we have can go back because we will end up using those eventually. There we go. So, and I'll show you what we've got going on because we've got some additional blocks we've added. I've added a couple of mods, and let me show you what we've got going on. Okay, so these are actually transparent, well, they call them transparent or translucent LCD panels. They do allow you to use any of the text, including the default color text, as well as custom colors. And these things are airtight. So you can actually use them as windows. And what we're going to do is we're going to end up putting all of our HUD display stuff. So we'll have one of these that'll have like our ores and ingots. We'll have one that'll have like system status on what's going on in the base. We'll have one for power output, etc., etc. And this just allows us to have something that we can see through and still get the information. Now, the nice thing about them is that with these things, you can see the data outside, and it does show up, you know, it's reversed like it should be. Now, there is a thing with the way that the system handles light dithering and the way to make these things translucent. If I put another one of these panels on the back here, the text will go away. You can't see one panel through the other. So what I'm thinking is I may put a second set of panels outside to keep the text invisible on one side and have it visible on the other. That way, if you wanted to use this style of design in a not necessarily quite so friendly PvE, you know, a sometimes like partial PvP server, or just, you know, you and your friends are messing around and you don't want to see the stuff on the back side of the panel, we'll show you how that works. Now, I do need to get some silicon, which means more digging. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a quick cut right here. I'm going to go grab some more silicon from over there, and we'll bring you back once we have things up and on. See you shortly. And we're back. So I brought back about 10k silicon ore. It's being refined into silicon wafers, and we were able to make a bit of, oh, you know what? I need to grab some computers too. All right, so yeah, let me grab those really quick. See, I thought I had everything I needed, but you know, oh, wouldn't be me if I grabbed everything the first time around, right? So let's go ahead and get this stuff upgraded. I'll show you what these things look like when you first get them. I need construction components. And displays. How many more displays do I need? 30 displays? I think we have that. If not, we have the materials to make them. 4. All right, so we need to make 21 more displays. And we'll grab those. There you go. Okay, that should hopefully be enough now. Oh, and like I said, basically what I want to do is have it set up so that this becomes, you know, just a display panel. Was talking to some of the folks over in XP Gamers Discord, was hanging out with some of the folks over there. And one of the guys in the community is actually one of the modders. So they pointed me towards this, and then they also, Krieger is part of the community over on that side, and he has introduced, see if I have it here. Let's go for the LCDs just to show you here. This thing. Oh, no, that's the regular one. That's the wide one. There it is. So the LCD hub, and then with this, you can also use LCD frontal. There's a 26-degree rotated right, a 26 overhead. There's a left overhead, and basically what happens is you do the hub, and then you can add these rights and overheads, And with the way that they are aligned, they basically give you a like a wraparound hardcore LCD setup. So if you see that, the like the 3D artists or just ridiculously overpaid gamers, you'll see those 6 display systems where they'll have the one in front, one to either side, and then you'll have the ones a second set above, all 3 of those all tilted in. So you have this like nice wraparound cockpit thing. Yeah, so you'll be able to actually build that in the game now. And I have been wanting to do that for a while, because what I want to do is I want to build a ship cockpit that is an actual cockpit. So we'll end up putting a chair in, and then we'll have all of these displays, because they do have small grid equivalents to these. So yeah, it should be interesting, I hope. And then with some of the LCD scripts that are now available in the workshop, there's a 3D imaging system that I want to put in there. I want to have a review. You can have camera views and a bunch of other things. And what I'll do is, as we're pulling these things in and we're setting them up, I will include links in the description down below. But we'll walk through the setup of these processes too, or these tools. So in case somebody else wants to do it, they'll know exactly how to get this stuff to work. So, all right. So let's see here. We've got all of our displays set up. We need a bunch of plates, and I wanted to get some windows in over here. Now, this is being set up basically as just a small working outpost. So we're going to have a window here. We're going to have a wall of windows here, and then we'll have the sloped windows and then more windows in the ceiling. And what I'll do is we'll put light in somewhere in here so that we have a little bit of internal light during the day or during nights. So yeah, all right. So let's go ahead and get this stuff going. I want to grab some plates. Also need to grab some windows. So let's grab these really quick. Now, do we have, that's the 2x3. We have the 3x3. And I think, oh, nope, I need the, what is that? I need the 2x3 that I need. All right. See, I was hoping to be able to finally use a 3x3 window. And again, I am not able to. 3x3. All right. So what we'll do is we'll rotate that up on edge. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go ahead and grab the sloped windows. I just need the 1x's. And are you facing the way I want it to face? I guess we'll find out shortly. Okay, and then for this one, we can use the 3x3. That's where we were going to use the 3x. Okay, and let's flip that around. There we go. Okay, so now that we have this in place, once all of this is welded up, we will have a base. We're going to need a lot of parts for this. All right, so what do we need? We need 35, 40, 50 per, so that's 100. I think you need like another 15 or something like that. 35 here, 70, 105. So what did we say this one was? That was 50, so 205 so far. And then 196. So about 500, and then we haven't even done this one yet. So let's go ahead and queue up like 600 or so, because we're going to use them all apparently. I think we have the parts for it. Hopefully we have the parts for it. We only need 3,000 wafer. How bad is that, right? Oh yeah, we'll have this done. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and grab the plates. We're going to do another really quick cut. I'm going to go ahead and weld this stuff up, get the final pieces in place as far as the framework is concerned, and then I'll bring you back when we have it all done. All right? So we'll be right back. And we are back once again. So we have finally welded up everything. I just actually put the last couple of pieces in here. Now we have a mostly sealed environment. So what I was talking about earlier, I did say I was going to show you what we were doing with the med bay. So we have the med bay, it's piped into the supplies so we can get our oxygen and power and everything over here, usual stuff. And it's set up so that if you die and you respawn, because you're going to respawn here, it basically puts you right here. So you come straight out. Now, the rest of the things that we have going on in here is we have our small oxygen generator. I say small, but it's the regular oxygen generator. And we have a small reactor. Now, I am thinking about removing this reactor and putting in one of the azimuth reactors. We did install the azimuth light pack. In fact, let me show you. Does he have? Yeah, there you go. So we now have all of the azimuth stuff, including the hydrogen tank, all of the cockpits, all of the reactors, the different types of thrusters, and then the LCDs for their LCD cockpits. Now, I haven't actually used this thing before. I'm kind of curious as to how well that V8 engine works. I'm assuming it's planetary only and probably made mainly for ground-based vehicles, but we'll see. Big thrusters. Each of these have different, basically the thrusters themselves are the same. The color of the jets are different. Now, I don't think I put in the weapons pack. But we do have the build and repair system, which we will eventually install. We have energy shields, which we will also eventually install. And that was one of the things that I wanted to talk about was in here. I was thinking about putting a shield generator in and maybe a capacitor. But I'm thinking probably just a shield generator. I don't need much. It's not like it's a hostile save, and we don't have the... what do we have turned off? We have the wolves and spiders turned off, but I think we have the regular AI stuff turned on. But we're fortunate in the fact that where we are, there's no hostile bases nearby, so it's working out kind of nice in our favor. Now, because of the way that we did build everything, there is a hole here, as you can see, so we can't seal the entire space up. But if we did not have that opening there, this would actually be a completely sealed environment. And because of the way things work with sound, I'm thinking I'm going to end up putting my bed in like over here somewhere, like a cryopod system. Man, much quieter over here than it is over there. So yeah, that's basically what we've been working on. Next thing to get done will be the additional refineries, which we're making parts for right now, I believe. Let me see here really quick. So that one draws back to the way that we've got everything built. If I want to get things out of the out of the system, I have to either go through the reactor or come outside, which is fine. I don't mind. It's not like it actually snows on the planet or anything. So we've got a bunch of parts. Let's go ahead and throw the rest of this stuff in there. Now to make, you know what? Let's do it this way. It'll probably be a little easier if we just go ahead and do it this way. Come on, there we go. So let's see if we have the parts for this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and get this at least mostly done if we can. There it goes. All right. So we're going to go ahead and pull... Okay, so we do have enough parts for the second refinery. Now, before I bring this thing fully online, what we're going to do is we're going to add 4 of the yield modules. Because when this comes online, it's going to start processing. And I don't want to waste any resource if I don't have to. And yes, I know there's an unknown signal, and yes, it is bugging me because I want to go pick it up. Oh, alright, so... I don't want it to go functional yet. So we're going to go there. Let's grab our modules really quick. We are looking for yield modules. Hopefully we have enough parts for 4 of these. Don't have enough small steel tubes. Let's check really quick. Alright. So for production, let's go ahead and make, I don't know, like 200 of these things. We'll drop them over here. How many did it say we needed? Like 14 or something like that. So hopefully that's enough. Go ahead and so it's going to go 1, 2, and 4. Hey, look at that. It's functional. Okay. Let's grab hopefully enough for a few more of these. There we go. It's always nice when it all works. All right. Go ahead and get the rest of these up. Now, the reason I'm doing this way is, like I said, I am one of those people that I like to have... Oh, didn't I grab parts for 3 of these? Interesting. All right, let's... Oh, easy inventory is messing with me. You see that? And then, there you go. Okay, so those are fully loaded and upgraded. So let's go ahead and get over here. We're going to turn this thing on. And we have our second refinery. All right, now this is going to be important because we're going to need to use refined uranium once we start getting up into space again, when we get to any of the trading ports. So what we're going to want to do is have one of these basically refining uranium nonstop all the time, all day kind of thing. So let's go ahead and see, can we get... I don't know if we have enough parts to... We might actually have the parts to make all 3 of these. Looking at what we're able to pull out of the inventory the first time around. Large steel tubes, we need 6. All right, so we'll go ahead and queue those up. So yeah, that's basically what we're going to be doing today. And I'm going to go ahead, I think I'm going to call this one here. We're somewhere around the 20-minute mark, I think, looking at the timing. So yeah, I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you have questions or comments, feel free to throw them down in the section below. And if you haven't done so already, I do ask that you subscribe, as not only do the likes, the subscriptions, and the comments all help the channel to grow, also lets me know you're enjoying it. And well, that's what I want to be doing. So, all right, so you need steel tubes. So before we pull the steel tubes, we're going to grab the modules. Okay, so 1, 2... Metal grids. Okay, so we have enough for 2. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Hope you have also a fabulous week, and we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Oh, so much stuff yet to get done. And we still need to build a miner, too. Wow. I guess that'll be next time.